Tina.
I'm Ross.
And today we have a sampling of what we see are mostly lemon puff biscuits, which we're not familiar with, but they look like some kind of a sandwich biscuit with lemon flavored cream.
Yes.
And we also have a chocolate puff, which looks like the same idea except with chocolate in that. And it looks like we have 3 of these come from Sri Lanka. 2 of these are by the company CBL Munchie. And you have one from Bolens.
Right. Of the 4 that we have here, this is the only one that's in a circular brown cookie.
And it's described as traditional puff pastry biscuit sandwiched with a light lemon flavored cream filling.
Yes.
And although the address said Ireland, it actually said it's made in Portugal with lemons from Spain.
About that.
I don't think we have as much information on these. It's actually in a lot of different languages here.
Yeah.
So which one you want to start with first?
We have 1 choco and 3 lemon.
Should we do lemons first?
Or we could start with the lemon and get crazy and have a choco and then go back to lemon.
If you want.
Okay.
All right, let's do this one. These 2 are the same brand.
Okay.
Alrighty. Oh, now I've already made a mess. That's why I brought the plate out.
Are these considered dunking biscuits?
I don't know.
Okay.
So this is the one we're trying now. Lemon Puff from CBL Munchie.
Okay. You've never had these before. I've never had these
No.
before.
Never seen them. Of course, who knows? We have that KP International, which has a lot of Asian products in it.
Yes.
It may be in there somewhere. It's a huge, overwhelming store. A lot of fun to go through, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Are you ready?
I'm taking a little sip of tea first. I'm ready.
Okay. Are these considered dunking biscuits? If so, please.
I don't know. We can try dunking them and find out. You go first.
Fine. I will dunk first.
Very nice and light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the biscuit part is lighter than a typical biscuit. I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I like it dunked.
No? Oh, I didn't.
I don't know. I feel like it softens it too much. And I dunked it really fast.
I didn't clock here.
And it seems like one that's going to end up with a lot of debris in the bottom of my cup, which I'm not crazy about.
I like it. That lemon cream filling.
Very refreshing.
Yes.
The lemon.
You know what the biscuit somewhat reminds me of is kind of our buttery Ritz crackers.
I was just going to say they remind me more of a cracker
Yeah.
than what you would think of a cookie or biscuit.
Yeah.
They're very flaky and crumbly.
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm. Not as dense as what I was expecting.
Right, there's something about some crackers we received from Richard were perfect for spreads. They just have that certain texture where they don't break apart as easily, but the Ritz crackers just fall apart just looking at them.
That reminds me, I think I forgot to mention that these were provided to us from our viewer Richard, RTHOC71. How could we forget? We redid the beginning and then it messed me up.
It was my fault. You can blame me.
So thank you, Richard, for providing us with
Yes.
these treats to try.
Mm-hmm.
So next you want to try the chocolate one, also by CBL Munchie.
Yes.
So I'm kind of assuming maybe it will be the same type of texture to them.
Want me to open?
Yeah, I need a sip.
Okay. Before anyone gets mad at me, I'm not seeing a tear here.
Just go for it.
Go for it.
Definitely look lighter in color. The biscuit part, huh?
Yes. There you go, madam.
Thank you. Well, that little end one tends to get munched up, huh?
Yeah.
close-up of that one. See a little chocolate cream in the center.
Yes.
I smell a little chocolatey flavor there.
Yeah, smells good. Smells like milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. You're not gonna dunk.
I might try dunking. I see little crumbs getting in there.
That really bothers you, doesn't it?
You know what I don't like? To me, when you dunk them, they get mushy right away. I like the biscuits softened. I don't like them mushy.
I kind of like it mushy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just depends on your preference.
Yes. Yes, I'm tasting more of the chocolate flavor in the filling than I am the biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
But with that same flaky, light texture as we had with the lemon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's good. Do you have a preference? The lemon over the chocolate?
I was just looking to see if it actually is supposed to be a chocolate biscuit. From the packaging, it looked like the biscuit part would be much darker. So yeah, I was a little surprised to see it's more of a light tan color. Mm-hmm. I actually, as big of a chocolate fan as I am, I might prefer the lemon puff. What about you?
I like them both, but I think lemon would be my first pick.
Mm-hmm. I think the light texture of the biscuit goes really well with the lemon cream filling. There's something about that combination I like better than I do with the chocolate.
Yeah,
I almost want something more substantial with the chocolate. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel.
Okay.
Now we get to compare to some other lemon puffs.
Okay, so would you like to try the Maliban or the Bolens?
Let's try the Maliban. I think that's also from Sri Lanka.
Okay. Let's see. And it says new and improved recipe.
With lemon cream. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Here we go.
All right, so these look very similar. These actually say Maliban or Maliban on the biscuit part.
Yes. Ready?
Mm-hmm. It's similar to that first one. I feel like it's not as light, the biscuit part.
I was thinking the same thing. Whereas the other two biscuits seemed as light as one of the Ritz crackers, light and buttery and flaky. These remind me more of like sandwich cookie biscuits.
Mm-hmm. Still not quite. Still a little bit more crackery, as if crackery is a word, but then I would say like a biscuit. Although I have to say with the dunk test, with my very quick dunk test, these didn't go immediately mushy like the others. So they do seem like they have a little bit more substance to them.
Hmm.
Well, it's pretty mushy. I don't know.
Well, maybe you need to do it quicker.
I thought I did it pretty quick, but
Kind of hard to please, aren't you? Yeah, I think these would be more suited for dunking.
mm-hmm.
But it's all that nice cream filling, like the munchies have.
I almost feel like I would like to dunk these more. I don't know if you get the same feeling. I feel like these are a little drier than the first ones we tried, like the biscuit part. You didn't
Hard to
notice
say.
that?
Hard to say. When you were a kid, you loved to dip cookies, biscuits, and ice cold milk. Not like Oreo cookies. I could see myself doing that with these. But I kind of like the Munchie brand with the hot tea. But I can't really say one was drier over the other.
I felt like that was maybe a little drier, but I'd really have to do them side by side.
Okay.
And maybe it's just because these were a little lighter. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have our last one here.
Yes, and I'd like to point out that
The Bolens Lemon Puff.
yeah, and Tina was kind enough to point out to me
Open here.
to say, open here.
We spotted one before we tried to open.
Yeah.
Seems like we see them more on these round style packages.
Even with open here. Not seeing a tab.
Uh-oh. Well, so much for the open here tab.
Only doing this because we don't want to break the biscuits.
Well, maybe these are more substantial. I don't know. But it does say puff pastry, so.
Yeah.
And maybe that's probably what's making them so light, is the puff pastry. But we'll see how they compare.
Okay. Here we go. That's it.
There's the... Yeah, I can see that red string under there. We couldn't get to it.
Okay, my lady. There you go.
Okay. So these look a little different being round. Got that lemon cream in the center.
Take a whiff.
Oh, yeah. Very lemony.
Yes.
A lot of good lemony flavor.
Yes, and the biscuit reminds me of the biscuit part reminds me of the biscuit from what we just had. It's not quite the same as the light and flaky as the other two, but it's still good.
I think those stand up to dunking a little better.
I'd agree.
It didn't get immediately mushy.
I've tried 4 different ones. You have a favorite of the lemons.
I feel like I have 2 that are real close together. The Bolens we just tried, I really liked it. That had a very strong lemon flavor to the lemon cream. I felt like I had more cream in the center, thicker cream. But I also really like these first ones by CBL Munchie, the lemon puffs. The really light, flaky biscuit part was good. I really enjoyed that, and also had a good lemon flavor. I think these may be a little bit more tart, would you say, the lemon?
I would have to have another.
I know it's so hard to remember when you're not doing them side by side. I felt like maybe there was a bit more tartness to this one, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
How about you?
I would say I would agree that to me, I thought these Bolens maybe had a slightly more lemon flavor to them than the cream center. But I also like the lightness of the biscuits and the munchie. And I know you were thinking, well, they fall apart too easy when you dunk them. But
Yeah, see, for me, I'd recommend the Bolens for dunking. Those I would not dunk.
Okay.
I know, depends on your preference, though, because obviously you like dunking them.
I do. But I also like these lemon puffs here by Maliban. I think these would be good for dunking too. But as just said a moment ago, I think these had slightly more lemon flavor.
It was pretty strong.
I like
Very
them.
good.
And as far as what did you think again of the chocolate puffs?
These weren't my favorite. I mean, they weren't bad, but I just feel like with all the chocolate sandwich biscuits that are out there, these wouldn't be a go-to. I feel like there's so many other options that I'd rather have compared to these. Whereas I don't find as many of the lemons. Now, granted, we have some Hills biscuits that Richard sent us. I can't remember if we have a lemon flavored one, but we have a lot of different fruit flavored sandwich biscuits. Do you remember if there was a lemon?
There could be. I would have to.
I can't remember. I know there's a lot of different flavors. Like I think there's a strawberry. So that might be something kind of comparable. But otherwise, yeah, I just think there are other ones that I'd rather have besides these. But just because the lemon was so different. And I did like that very light, I guess the puff pastry was very different too. How about you? What do you think?
I like these. Pardon my reach. I think we were just out shopping earlier today, and I know we have like some common brands that we see here for chocolate sandwich cookies. True Blue. A lot of them just seem to have the same kind of texture for like the cookie biscuit part, and they don't really stand up. But what I liked about these was how light and and kind of flaky they were. So I think these are a nice change.
Different.
Yeah, I think they're a nice change over the typical chocolate sandwich cookies biscuits that we have here. They're just chocolate biscuits, chocolate center, and I like that. That center definitely tasted like milk chocolate. And yeah, so yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
So it's a nice change to what we're typically used to here.
Yeah.
And a little piece fell out, and I'm happy.
So that was a nice sampling of lemon puffs and then one chocolate puff. So let us know in the comments, are you familiar with any of these products and do you like them? This whole puff idea was completely new to us, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks again, Richard, for sending us these wonderful biscuits. So if you like food reactions and food tastings, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when we publish new videos. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.